This tutorial changes the game for the filmmaking industry, but first, let me give you a frame of the future. It's September 4th, 1882 in New York City. Thomas Edison is opening the first commercial electric power plant at Pearl Street Station, just 3 years after inventing the practical light bulb. At that time, electricity was something scary. Imagine wires running through the city for the first time. People were afraid children could get hurt, that sparks could start fires, or that machines and motors would make life dangerous and uncontrollable. On top of that, electricity was a luxury. Only the wealthy could afford it. For years, most people preferred gas lamps, simply because they were familiar. Electricity was invisible, new, and misunderstood. It wasn't until around 1945 that roughly 85% of homes in the United States were connected to the power grid, and just then, it became one of the most important inventions of all time. This story shows us that adapting to new inventions and technologies can be difficult and takes time. But what's happening right now might be even bigger. Today, we have access to a technology that evolves every single hour, and if you go with the flow instead of fighting it, you can create faster, better, and on a completely different scale. In filmmaking and editing, the impact is massive. Not long ago, creating cinematic visuals required entire teams and millions of dollars. Today, one person can do it alone. As Sam Altman says, AI is enabling one-person billion-dollar companies, and honestly, he is right. Now, what I'm about to show you changes everything. Because what you just watched, the intro of this very video, wasn't from a movie. It was actually created by me using AI. You're going to learn how to generate cinematic shots using the latest AI tools, and in this case, the new update from Higgsfield called Cinema Studio, which can replicate what an entire filmmaking team would normally do. You only need a few steps to create this kind of video: writing your script, converting each part into images, animating those images, and crafting everything together in any editing software. You don't need fancy or complicated tools. Let me show you exactly how I created this video. First, I wrote the script in Google Docs and did a bit of research. For example, checking when Edison actually created the light bulb. That helped me decide which country and what kind of atmosphere I should go for. Then, for each sentence, I asked ChatGPT to help me write image prompts that matched the year 1880. For the first scene, I needed people walking through the streets, so I asked for details that historically accurate, with the camera slightly elevated. Now, as you can see, ChatGPT gives me very detailed prompts for the scenes I want to generate, like what kinds of vehicles were used in 1880, what people were wearing, and other necessary details. These detailed prompts help the image generator create much more accurate results. Next, all you have to do is copy the prompt and go to Higgsfield AI to generate the scenes. I'm going to use Cinema Studio, which is incredibly powerful for creating cinematic content. You can generate both images and videos with it. I paste the prompt here, and now I want to show you something really cool. You can actually choose your camera, lens, and even focal length to control how the scene looks, just like in real cinematography. Let's generate our first scene. As you can see, it's perfectly done with the exact atmosphere I wanted. Just look at the details it generated. The clothes, the vehicles, even the faces. Even though it's not a close-up, it did a really solid job. Now all I have to do is go to the video section and generate the video. Here you can choose things like length, sound, and even slow motion. You can choose your first frame either from your device or directly from the images you've already generated. I'm going to keep the video prompt very simple, like move all the people perfectly and naturally. Now let me show you something insane. When you set your first frame, you can actually choose the camera movement: dolly, zoom, tilts, pans, and more. I'm going to choose tilt up, so the camera starts low and moves upward as the scene plays. Now let's see how it generates the video. It did exactly what I asked for, and I only needed 2 tries to get this result. Now let's move on to another scene. Here, I want Edison to have a ceremony with people around him cutting a ribbon. I also wanted Edison's actual face, so I downloaded a reference image separately from Google. Then I asked ChatGPT to give me a detailed prompt in the same exact style and atmosphere as the previous scene. This part is very important. All your images need to have the same tone, and we also need to remind the AI to use the reference image as the man's face, which is Edison's face. All you have to do is copy and paste the prompt into the image generator. But this time, we also upload Edison's photo as a reference image. Then we just wait for it to generate the shot. You can always regenerate the image or tweak the prompt if it's not what you wanted. But for me, it generated the image accurately, with the exact details I had in mind. Now, here's another mind-blowing feature. If you click on InPaint to expand the menu, you'll see an option called Multi-Shots. Just like a real filming setup with multiple cameras, it generates 9 additional shots from different angles of the same scene. Instead of writing a new prompt every time just to get different angles, you can use this option and save a huge amount of time. In my opinion, this is one of the best things an AI tool can do. You can choose any shot you want, upscale it, and later turn it into a video. Like here, if you watch the beginning of this video, you'll see a close-up of Edison's hands, and then a wide shot of him cutting the ribbon with people cheering around him. Here in Cinema Studio for video generation, I choose the wide shot and give it a prompt like Edison cutting the ribbon in half while people are cheering. For the camera movement, I'm choosing zoom in because it gives the moment a cool feeling, like Edison is satisfied. And by zooming into his face, we show that satisfaction clearly. While I didn't use this feature in my video, you can also generate sound and dialogue. For example, you can prompt it with something like, the man says, "Thank God for your miracles." So just like VEO3 or Sora, it can generate dialogue as well.
Thank God for your miracles.
So by now, we know how to write and give the AI a detailed prompt, and it's not very hard thanks to ChatGPT. We also know how to generate images and videos using Cinema Studio. I've put every prompt I used for each scene of this video in the description, so you can take a look there. After you finish generating all your shots, you can craft everything in any editing software you use. I'm going to use CapCut, and all I have to do is import all the footage into the timeline. Then, based on my storytelling script, I place the videos next to each other. After that, we can add some extra elements and transitions, which I'll show you. For example, you can add light leaks between scenes that have sudden jumps in the storytelling, like changing places or time. All you have to do is go to Transitions, search for Light, add the effect, and adjust the duration if needed. Also, we can add text and titles manually, like at the beginning of a scene, when I want to reference the time by writing the city and the year. Just go to the text section and add your text. And just like that, you can create cinematic visuals without a studio, a crew, or years of experience. At this point, it's hard to say we don't have the tools anymore. We do. What really matters now is how we choose to use them. If you've ever wanted to create something cinematic but felt blocked by complexity, this is the moment to try. I'll leave the link to Higgsfield Cinema Studio below so you can explore it yourself and see how far you can push your ideas.